You're not going to see displays like this one too often, guys.
It's more NBA coming your way. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Well, Michael Jordan, there's not much you can say about him that hasn't already been said. I mean, you won't get much argument naming him the best player of all time. Great athletically and in terms of basketball skills. Some would say the greatest in any sport. 6 titles and the most decorated player in NBA history.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. Bogues out there with Gill. Then it's Wingate. Then it's Johnson. And it's Mourning. And it's the center filling out the middle.
You know, he's definitely a catalyst for their offense, guys. I mean, he is so talented. He really causes problems for the other team's defense.
Well, Jordan said he didn't believe in a single greatest player. He said that each era had its own greatest player. That the ones that had gone before him had made what he achieved possible.
And I think there's some truth to that, guys, because it's so difficult to compare players of different eras. And yet, I think we'd all agree that Michael was the best. I mean, he was probably the greatest player of all time, and I haven't met many people who would disagree with that.
Bogues kicks to Johnson. Shot is blocked. The Bulls leading by 9. Here's Jordan. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Muggsy Bogues picks one up.
Larry Johnson was just an absolute force when he entered the league. Hit the ground running in 1991-92. Averaged 20 points and 11 boards.
Back to LJ, back to Larry Johnson. These Hornets took him number 1 overall. He gave them just what they needed. Very, very tough scorer.
Not only a tough physical presence, but tough-minded as well. Even though he was undersized, guys, he was terrific on the offensive glass and was an absolute beast down low, despite being only 6'5". Kevin, these Hornets were somewhat of an unbalanced team. I mean, they had a very young front court, but a backcourt stocked with veterans.
And if you are going to be unbalanced, and that's the way you'd want to do it, with players like Bogues at the point and Gill at the 2 guard, guiding the young guys up front, I mean, that was an incredibly gifted team.
That's good.
Yeah, they're finding the open man. Unselfish play. I like it.
Yeah, I love it too. Teamwork in evidence there, right on full display. A big percentage, a high percentage of their baskets have come off assists.
Now here's Jordan. 19 points in the game. A floater. Good.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Chicago making some changes. Bill Purdue's checked in for Cartwright, and it's Paxson in for B.J. Armstrong. Free throw good, Jordan. Here's Bogues. Still looking to get on the scoreboard.
Muggsy Bogues came into the NBA as the 12th pick of the '87 draft, taken by the Bullets, almost his hometown team given his Baltimore roots. But the Hornets snatched him up in the expansion draft the next year.
And Clark, for a player of his size to last as long as he did in the NBA, 14 years, I mean, that's really saying something. He was such a unique player, an incredible defender, so strong and quick and low to the floor. He'd get underneath you and put a ton of pressure on the ball.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line. Free throw good, Jordan. Here's Bogues. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Not time to panic yet, guys.
Steve?
Well, it will be soon if they don't cut into this lead quickly.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And obviously, coach doesn't want them giving up all these inside buckets. They need to do a better job of moving their feet, staying in their stance, and keeping their man in front of them.
And some changes for Chicago. Cartwright comes in for Will Perdue. And B.J. Armstrong has subbed in for John Paxson. Tipped away. Stolen by Pippen.
And I like the aggressiveness defensively, forcing that mistake.
He's covered by Gill. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Gaddison, he's checked in for Charlotte. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Here's Bogues. Now the pass to Newman. Pippen against Johnson. 6 to shoot. A stupendous finish in traffic.
Well, with Larry Johnson, you talk about a guy who made an instant impact when he came into this league. The 1992 Rookie of the Year, and one season later, the first player ever to represent the Hornets in an All-Star game.
Now here's Jordan. He's got 25. With some arc, it's hauled in by Larry Johnson. Hornets trail by 11. And Larry Johnson, a two-time All-Star Clark in his career. And he did not have extended success, but he made an impact.
And it could have and should have been more, I think. I mean, unfortunately, a back injury in '93 really altered the course of his career. After 10 seasons, he had to retire in the midst of a max-level contract. That back had become too much of a problem for him, and he was outstanding when he was healthy, and a dynamic player and personality, too.
Here's Gill, looking for his first bucket of the game. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Chicago calls timeout.
You got to keep everybody on the same page. They need to get their heads together. That's the goal.
Will Perdue's check in for Chicago. Williams comes in for Horace Grant. Morning's checked in for Charlotte. Wingate comes in for Newman. The Bulls leading by 9. Outside Jordan. Pass to Pippen. Backing in. Here's Jordan. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. 27 points for Michael.
Well, you get used to seeing those passes from Scottie Pippen. He really epitomized that point-forward role.
Gill against Jordan, and he drops it in following the offensive rebound. .29 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. He feeds it to Pippen. Now here's Jordan. Defense right on him. Jordan, a little shot fake there, got the D out of position. Jordan's got 16 points here in the second half. Here's Bogues. Here's Wingate, and no good trying to get that one. And as we end the third quarter, tough to come back. What a game we're seeing from Michael Jordan.
The way he's moved through the defense so far through 3 quarters, it's like everybody but him is in slow motion.
Well, he's just that quick going to the basket, Steve. I mean, the help defense just isn't getting there in time, and he's been able to finish.
We'll see you in just a moment, live here from Chicago. Brett is out there with Williams. And it's Michael Jordan. That's John Paxson. And it's McRae in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Kicks it to Curry. 3-pointer. Here's Mourning. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move. And he's got a chance for one more at the line.
Simply tenacious play out of that young fella.
Yeah, excellent putback jam. You're right.
Well, that's what he prides himself on. Hard work under the glass.
Mourning no good on the free throw.
You know, guys, as a young player, Alonzo Mourning was a beast. I mean, when he was in high school, he led his team to 51 straight wins in the Virginia State title. And as a senior, he averaged 25 points, 15 boards, and 12 blocked shots.
You know, guys, so that being said, it's no surprise that he was a serious blue chipper when he got to Georgetown. I mean, he panned out immediately, too. He led the nation in blocks his freshman year. But Dikembe Mutombo playing alongside Mourning, that was one of the most feared college front courts ever. I got a chance to see those guys up close, and they were tough.
Hornets trail by 9. To the middle. Curry gets the bucket.
Muggsy was always so adept at finding those gaps in the defense, spreading the ball around. He's one of the NBA's top 20 all-time assist leaders.
Chicago calls timeout. Chicago making some changes. Bill Cartwright, he's checked in for Williams. Pippen comes in for McRae. And B.J. Armstrong has subbed in for John Paxson. Here's Jordan. Guarded by Curry. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
At the line, Michael Jordan. Shooting.
Free throw good, Jordan. Here's Bogues. Guys, their comeback bid had better get started.
I think there's still enough time for him here, Kevin. I think there's a good chance they can make it happen.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to take a pretty big run. They're going to have to be almost perfect to get this one done.
Mourning goes up to the stripe, puts the lead pass in front of him. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Mourning's got 4 points in the quarter.
Larry Johnson's leading the team in scoring. So often, he carried the scoring load for the Hornets. I mean, he averaged close to or over 20 points in each of his years in Charlotte.
Outside Jordan. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Jordan's got 34 points. And the Hornets call time here.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his point.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Gaddison, he's checked in for Johnson. Hill comes in for Newman. And Bennett subbed in for Bogues. Here's Mourning. Passes it to Bennett. To the inside. Puts it up. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It goes on Horace Grant.
Well, this is more or less a home game for Gill. He didn't grow up too far from Chicago, right down the road in Olympia Fields.
In college, Gill was part of the famous Flying Illini team at the University of Illinois that made the Final Four in 1989. That was a fun team to watch.
Jordan up top, guarded by Curry. Myers from 14, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And a nice jump for their offense in the second half. They're now up above 50% shooting for the game.
And Steve, it's no surprise to see them in the lead. I mean, when you score efficiently like that, you keep a lot of pressure on the other team.
Here's Mourning, following the basket by Michael Jordan. Mourning dishes to Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gets himself open and drills it. Curry's got 4 this quarter.
They're shooting it quite well now. Again, function of shot selection, ball movement. Guys are in rhythm, confident, free-flowing, and they're knocking down their shot. You know, when B.J. Armstrong graduated from Iowa in 1989, he was the Hawkeyes' all-time assist leader with 517.
And the Hornets call time here. They're losing by 9. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And some changes here for the Hornets. Johnson, he's checked in for Gaddison. And it's Bogues in for Bennett. Here's Curry. Feeds it to Bogues. Back to Curry. He's picked up by Jordan. Mourning backing down. Unloads. Rebound by the Bulls. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Pippen working against Johnson. Pippen kicks to Grant. Backing down is Jordan. Shot clock at 6. Goes up. Makes it off the glass. Jordan's got 40 points.
Not a whole lot that they're doing right defensively at this stage after playing a pretty solid first half.
Here's Johnson. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
He is truly a special offensive talent, and he's always going to cash in on those kind of chances.
They can take their time on this possession.
You know, guys, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, it gives themselves a little break, too.
Catch their breath. You're right. Now, here's Jordan. Offline. It's a race against time as they look to make a run here.
Yeah, the clock is definitely not on their side right now. They're going to have to take some chances.
Curry against Cartwright. 13 feet out. And the 7'1" Bill Cartwright extends for the rebound. Here's Jordan. And the rejection by Mourning. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
Steve, I know you love great teamwork.
Yeah, so much fun to watch when the ball is moving. There's kind of a rhythm to the game that just happens. The ball moves almost on its own, Kevin. It's fun to watch.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Got a piece of it.
He wasn't paying any attention to the defense. Poor pass there.
And the shot is good from Johnson. Here's Armstrong. From deep three-point range, no good. And so it's Chicago winning this one.
Yeah, they protected their home court against the Charlotte Hornets. No surprise there. Repeat NBA champs.
And they're always tough on their home floor. The Hornets gave it their all, but came up short.
Well, that'll do it for us for now, and the look at the incomparable Michael Jordan. For Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, this is Kevin Harlan saying, thanks for watching the NBA's greatest on 2K Sports.